Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can come on in and get caught up on some of the latest news involving our Cleveland Browns and hear about some of the things other people are talking about when it comes to our team. You also get some takes along the way. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's 4, 5, 6, 10, who knows. But usually we get it all done in about 10 minutes. Thank you to everyone who has liked the episodes that we have put out and subscribe to the channel. And thank you to everyone who gets those comments into the viewer comment section. Coming up on today's show, we're not out of OTAs yet, and the Browns have already won something nobody wants. Also, we're going to talk about the one room that everyone can agree has shown through OTAs. Today, I'm going to explain why I think Shador Sanders is the best quarterback option for Cleveland. And down in the viewer comments, boy, did you let me have it about that whole padding thing, and I am thankful for it. But first things first, Pro Football Focus has come out. Now, there's no OTA. There's OTA today. There's practice, but there's no media coverage. So you're not going to hear anything that happens out there today. So we won't know. Who knows what's going on? Who took the first rep, last rep? Who got batted balls? Whatever. We don't know anything today. But Pro Football Focus is out with their ranking of the rosters in the NFL, and the Browns, of course, worst roster in the NFL. To give you an idea, here's the top. Number one, the Eagles. This is the top of the list. Number one, the Eagles. 2, the Ravens. Great. 3, the Lions. 4, Kansas City. 5, Buffalo. We couldn't even beat out Tennessee. Tennessee was 31. We came in 32. They said the biggest weakness of our team is the entire offense. They said, not only does Cleveland have no clear choice at quarterback, they have the worst receiving core in the league and an aging offensive line that earned the 4th worst Pro Football Focus grade in 2024. They said it's hard to get much worse, but the Browns offense has a bleak outlook for 2025. Now, one positive thing they said is that they have an X factor here for us, and they're saying it's Deontay Johnson, which is why I was a little bothered that he's not at OTAs. They're saying if he can keep his head down, Johnson could provide a boost on this offense that help earn us this worst roster ranking in the league. And they say Quinshon Judkins is the player to watch. They project Joe Flacco to be the starting quarterback come week 1, game 1. So here we go again, Cleveland. Kick us while we're down, as usual. But whatever, we're used to this sort of thing in Cleveland. But the one thing I will say, they did say one nice thing. They said the defensive line is really the star of this team. And they're right, because that is the one room everybody keeps saying that is shining through this entire through OTAs. And I'm telling you, this is really shoring up to be the strength of this team, folks. And again, why I'm a little upset Myles Garrett missed OTAs. It'd be nice to have him here, because this might be the core of this team, folks. They're going to really lean on this front line. You got Myles there, and Alex Wright is the second option on the left side. Although Myles, they move him around all over the place now. So Julian Okwara, who we signed from Arizona recently, also could be in the mix there, right defensive end. Isaiah McGuire, a lot of good things, hearing a lot of good things about Isaiah McGuire. And then Joe Tryon over there, and the big O's over there as well. So they can help out. You got Malik Collins and Michael Hall, of course. If Michael Hall and Mason Graham get it going in the middle there, like everybody thinks they can, it could be a formidable front. And so anyway, a lot of good things. Everybody's saying a lot of great things about the defensive line. And even Pro Football Focus, who ranked our roster the worst in the NFL, the one nice thing they had to say is, you know what? The offense stinks, but they got a great defensive line. So we got that going for us. My thought on all of that really is, this is all, we'll see what happens when we get on the field. So all this preseason stuff, it's just talk. That's all it is. And so, it just remains to be seen. Now, speaking of talking, I've taken a beating in the comments, over this padding thing, and all, and people, I want you to understand, I am rooting for Shador Sanders to be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns very, very hard. I want this more than you know. And if I don't convey that on this show enough, then I figured I would just take a moment today and level with everybody. I want him to be the quarterback. Do you know why? Because it's Cleveland against the world. Who better than Shador Sanders to come in and become the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns? A franchise that has never even made it to a Super Bowl. A franchise who every time we get close, we think we got something. It just pulled out the drive, the fumble, pulled out from under us. We get Joe Flacco. We get to the playoffs. We got something going. We're gonna all right. That blows up in our face. Like people, if Shador Sanders can get this job, what he deals with, what he's dealt with, the way he carries himself, that swagger. I've been saying it all along. We need that sort of thing. It is Cleveland against the world all the time, folks. Ask any Clevelander, ask anybody from Northeast Ohio. They'll tell you it is always us against the world. And so we got our one championship with the Cavs in 2016. That team really put it all together for us. I mean, that was everybody across that whole team needs a statue. And I'm surprised we haven't built them one yet. But it was us. It's always us against the world, and Shador just fits the bill. Everybody just counts him out, and he just comes back and proves everybody wrong. And so that is why he will get his shot. People, they are not getting rid of him. They will not trade him. They will not cut him. It just has to play out. You got to let the veterans let this stuff play out. Because even if Pickett does start and don't do well, they didn't pick up the option. They're not going to give Pickett a bag. He's going to have to win a Super Bowl for them to give him a bag. I don't know I don't think that's going to happen. Plus, he gets hurt all the time. Flacco, not a long-term answer. Shador is going to get his shot. And when he does, and if he turns this thing around, look out. What a great story that is going to be. And to me, he is the perfect guy to do it because he has dealt with this his entire career. So, for the record, put me on the record, and I hope I see it in the comments. I want nothing more than to see Shador Sanders become the Browns quarterback. Period. That's where I stand. Now, let's get to the viewer comments because Shador was a big talk in the viewer comments. And we had a very healthy discussion in the comments about the padding thing. And here's the thing, folks. I brought up the padding thing only because, and it's my fault, because I should have phrased it differently. I should have approached it differently. I didn't even know about this padding thing until I saw it on Twitter and everything yesterday. I'm like, what is going on with the padding thing? I was going to dismiss. I told you I saw it the night before. I dismissed it, and then it kept coming back at me. I'm like, all right, I got to bring this up. What's going on here? Now, here's the thing. The padding thing, yeah, I get it. Montana, Brady, Mahomes, Flacco, everybody pats the ball. I get it. They all have cannon arms or bazookas. Take your pick. But I went and I researched this a little bit. Out of 700 quarterbacks, only 10 of them are known for patting the ball, and pretty much everybody on the list outside of Garoppolo they all have rocket arms, man. Elway's on that list. I mean, I get it. I get it. Patting the ball is something. But here's the only reason and this is what I should have said. I brought it up because sometimes things that you can do in college don't always transfer to the pros. And so that is what I should have said. I get it, and I appreciate everybody, coming into the chat. But this has nothing to do with me hating. I want Shador to be our quarterback, 100%. We are all on the same team here, folks. Like there is no better person to take over this job, man. It is going to be something else when he gets it. This place is going to go nuts, man, and everything that's going to happen and come along with it, and all the flex games we're going to get. It's going to be insane. The bottom line, though, is he can handle it. And so I was just asking, I should have thrown in my asking for a friend. Is it a thing? I said yes, it's a thing, because I could see him patting the ball. I know the patting is a thing, but I'm just wondering, do we need to be concerned? Everybody, the consensus is no. So you know what? We're done with it. It's over. I'm not worried about it. Let's go. All right, now, but I'm going to talk about a couple of these comments that, Bradley Lefika 9209, who said it's crazy to think the only wrong it's crazy the only thing wrong they can find about Shador and worth responding is that he pats the ball. I didn't say it was wrong. I was just saying it's a thing. I can see him patting the ball. And I'm wondering, will that transfer to the pros? That's all. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. And then I was accused by Ramsey Shripotts. I brush over Dylan's throwing interceptions. I did not. That was like the first thing I talked about 2 days ago, and then I talked about it again yesterday. To me, that's a huge deal. If Gabriel's getting passes batted down at OTAs, like we're 2 days into this, and he's already got passes batted down, people, I'm telling you, ask any Cleveland Browns fan, the massive majority of Cleveland Browns fans all scratched their heads when we took Dylan Gabriel with that third pick. I promise you that. You are going to be hard pressed to find a Cleveland Browns fan who supported that pick. Just saying. And then also they are reaching anything, to criticize Shador. This is from 42 is the lock. Reaching for anything to criticize Shador, such a shame. Multiple Hall of Fame quarterbacks also patted the ball. They were fine. Stop it. Yes, I know. I know quarterbacks patted the ball. I know. But this, it's not criticizing. It's just, I was just asking for a friend. Is it a thing? And if he's done it all his career and it's worked, then fine. My question is, let's see if it transfers to the pros. And if the problem, it's not a big problem anyway, because they'll just coach it out of him, which is what I said yesterday. So I'm very sorry for even bringing it up, but I appreciate everybody for coaching me up. And so then we're gonna, because I always like to end on a funny one. And M. Molina, she's like, so we're tracking practice now? Jesus, people need to get another hobby. It's pathetic. Here's the thing. This quarterback battle that's happening in Cleveland, everything is under the microscope. Padding, like batted balls, I mean everything. What Flacco says about mentoring, it's all under the microscope, because we've never had this before, folks. We've never had 4 quarterbacks like this in a room battling for a job. And you can argue for each one of them to be the starter week 1. There's an argument for every one of them to be the starter week 1. But I think it's going to be one of the veterans to start, and eventually it's going to get to Shador. It'll get there. We just have to be patient. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's going to do it for today. If we get anything, we'll talk about it over the weekend. But I appreciate it. I do. I thank all of you for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting and all of it. This is a lot of fun. I love doing this every day, and I love mixing it up with you, our Cleveland Browns fans. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.